One day, you realize your life feels full, but not alive. You are busy, you are functioning, you are doing what is expected of you, and yet something feels off. Not broken, just empty. You tell yourself it's normal. Everyone feels this way, right? This quiet dissatisfaction, this low, constant pressure in your chest. You don't panic, you don't collapse, you just keep going, because nothing feels wrong enough to stop. But here's the truth most people avoid. You didn't fail. You followed a script that was never written by you. At some point, you learned who you were supposed to be, not consciously, not deliberately, but slowly, through praise, through fear, through approval. You learned which parts of you were acceptable and which ones needed to stay quiet. So you adjusted. You became efficient, likable, reasonable. You chose paths that made sense, paths that sounded right, paths that kept things stable. And every time something inside you hesitated, you called it immaturity, unrealistic, selfish. No one forced you. That's the most dangerous part. You chose this life willingly because it felt safer than listening to the part of you that didn't fit anywhere. And now, years later, you wake up with the strange feeling that you are living someone else's life. Not a bad life, just not yours. You don't feel lost. You feel misplaced. Like furniture in the wrong room, useful, functional, but never at home. The crisis doesn't arrive loudly. There is no breakdown, no dramatic moment, just a growing numbness. Moments that should feel meaningful, but don't. Achievements that look impressive, but feel hollow. Conversations where you nod, smile, agree, while something inside you stays silent, and that silence starts asking questions. Not loudly, not urgently, just persistently. Is this it? Is this what I chose? Or is this what I settled for? Here is the uncomfortable realization. You can build an entire life without ever choosing yourself. You can mistake adaptation for maturity, survival for success, approval for purpose. And the longer you live this way, the harder it becomes to tell which thoughts are yours and which ones you inherited. Because when you live someone else's life, you don't feel pain all at once. You feel it gradually, as distance, from your instincts, from your curiosity, from your voice. You stop asking what you want. You start asking what makes sense, what is realistic, what won't disappoint anyone. And that is when the real cost appears. Not failure, not regret, but absence. You are present everywhere, except inside yourself. This is the moment of awakening, not when everything falls apart, but when you finally notice how carefully you have been holding yourself back, not because you were weak, but because you were afraid to choose a life that didn't come with permission. Here is the truth they rarely tell you. You are not late. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are simply early to the version of yourself that was never allowed to exist. And the question is not, how do I change my life? That question comes later. The real question is quieter, more dangerous, more honest. Which parts of you have you been silencing to keep this life intact? And how much longer are you willing to live without ever meeting yourself? Because the moment you stop living someone else's life, everything changes. Not all at once, not easily, but finally, authentically.